guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this wonderful Wednesday here in Connecticut. Wednesday of Christmas. Actually, it's not Christmas week. Next week is Christmas week. Anyway, you get the idea. Anyway, let's get right to it. You saw the thumbnail. What can we learn from Lynn Nicholson? Lots. A lot. Anyway, let me honk. I have played quite a bit. Well over an hour, which is a lot for me, especially this last couple weeks. And let's see what we got. We'll talk about Lynn Nicholson, because he personifies what I have been talking, a concept I've been talking about for years, and I'm not sure if I got it across. All right? Let's see what we got. Anyway, did I mention life's good? Oh, man. Cheers. Hellacious double C's. And caress the baby. The iconic second movement of the Haydn Trumpet Concerto. Anyway, a couple things before we start with the actual pedagogy. Other than Jerry, I think Lynn Nicholson is gets the most views of any other player that I've ever had on here. I got lambasted with Arnold Jacobs. I'm due for another one of those. I don't know if I can take it. But anyway, Lynn Nicholson, what can we learn? Now, I hear from a lot of guys that know him quite well that he is a health nut that would put me to shame. Everything from diet to exercise to yoga to meditation, the whole 9 yards. All right? So he's in terrific, terrific shape. Now, you can tell just by the look of his face that his percentage of body fat is under 10%, like mine. If it's done right, I mean, that's a good thing. A lot of people starve themselves. That's different channel. Also, everybody that has commented, either in the comment section or I told you I got a lot more comments on email, say he's one of the nicest guys in the whole world. Never met him. I hope to soon, and I don't doubt for a minute that that is true. With that said, I have been talking, since the inception of this channel, about hyperradiation, kettlebells, and all that sort of stuff. And you watch this guy play, and I'm not talking about what he does with his tongue. I'm not talking about, is he mangling his lips? I'm not talking about anything at all. I'm talking about he sets up the compression locked and freaking loaded before he plays a note. Okay? And then he's off to the races. Now, for those of you that don't know the explanation, hyperradiation. And all of a sudden, I don't know if you noticed, my subscription has gotten over 1,500 viewers for the first time, which is wonderful. So we have a lot of new subscribers, and that is one of the reasons why I am offering up old books. PDF Max. This it's the same book, the exact same book as the SFE for trumpet, Strength, Flexibility, and Endurance. If you have SFE, you don't have to buy that. Or if you want SFE over that, it's the same book. It's a bunch of exercises that I devised myself to create this hyperradiation while you are playing and practicing. Now, hyperradiation is this: incorporating different muscle groups to perform a singular task. Okay? Incorporating different muscle groups to perform a singular task. Now, I'm going to put this in a bit of a metaphor before. If you are doing pull-ups, okay? And I do a lot of them. Now, if you just have your body hanging completely limp and think you are going to pull up this way or chin up this way, whatever the case may be, if you think you're going to pull yourself up just by your arms, you're mistaken. You're mistaken. Very, very, very. If any, people can do that. That's just not the way the body works. Okay? But here's the deal. Before you try a pull-up, get a hold of the bar and squeeze it. Squeeze it like it's your last breath. Okay? Now, I want you to do that without even a bar in your hand. Just here, or like this. It doesn't matter. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You feel all those other muscles incorporated up through the shoulders, the lats. You feel them just by doing that. Now, on top of that, you will, while you're doing the pull-up, you will tighten up your core, your tuchus, your quads, your hammies, and everything. And all of a sudden, this insurmountable exercise that you couldn't do 30 seconds ago, you're knocking them off like a piston. That's hyperradiation. You are incorporating different muscle groups to perform a singular task. That is why if you incorporate PNF, SFE, whatever you want, it stands for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. Okay? If you incorporate these exercises and/or, which I do, both of them, kettlebell into your practice session, you are just going to naturally revitalize those muscles and get them involved in playing the trumpet, and you're going to see immediately a spike in your performance. If you do this consistently, you're just going to go up and up and up and up, or down and down and down, whatever. What he's doing and what this does, completely, 1,000%, taking the stress off the chops and radiating it through hyperradiation into the different muscles and muscle groups. That's another thing. Muscle groups that can more adequately absorb the strain. Just like with a pull-up, instead of just doing it with your arms, incorporate your whole body, it's much, much easier. That's exactly what he is doing. Now, I'm not talking about what he's doing with his tongue. I'm not talking about him rolling the lips. I'm not talking about his mouthpiece. But there is no question about it. At 19 years old, when he's wiping out Maynard for tone, power, range, and endurance, wiping him out, that's what he was doing. It had nothing to do with great musicianship. For some reason, he just fell into that and is taking not all the stress. I guess he had chop troubles at some point. I don't know. But he just taking the stress off the vibrating membrane, that if you're just going to crush it, it's not going to work, and you put it on muscles that can take the strain. Now, we incorporate all those muscles with the tongue, absolutely 100%. The best system ever produced for trumpet or brass. Hyperradiation. Guys, if you're not incorporating these, if you're not doing your kettlebells, forget just from a health point of view. Take a page from Lynn Nicholson and look what he's doing. Now, is he doing kettlebells? Probably not. But I probably lifting weights. Guys, it is part of it. It is part of it. Now, not only does it incorporate the different muscles, you get the feeling, even without the trumpet in your hand, you get the feeling of how to incorporate trumpet muscles to lift a heavy weight over your head or pull a heavy weight up. Guys, he is absolutely doing it. I don't know if I know he talks about using the core. He absolutely does. Does he know what hyperradiation? He might. I don't know. It's not the point. But that is 1,000% what he is doing, along with a lot of other stuff. All right? All right. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.